Hey, kia ora, Helen Brahms here, coming to you live from Tonopah, Arizona. I am hoping that the internet holds for this because the reception here is crap for AT&T and Sprint. So I have got 2 bars, so I hope this holds. But it's been a interesting day. Last night I set off, first of all, when we got here, we opened, I went out to go for a walk, and the screen door, because we had the main door open with just the screen closed, was covered in flies. It was gross. It was disgusting. I'm banging the screens and they'll just come flying back. And so we did manage to go out for a walk with Zephy, watched a gorgeous sunset, which I posted pictures of, and the moon rising as well. And then this morning I got up, and when we came back from the walk, I came inside. I turned on the lights because I turned off all the lights, not to, try not to attract them. Turned on the lights, and there's like 15 flies on the ceiling. And I am like, you've got to be kidding me. So I just get out the fly swat without thinking and start whacking the crap out of these flies. And poor Zephy, she darts into her crate. And then when I pause, I look at her and go, what's wrong? And she runs as low as she can with her tail between her legs, boom, straight into the bedroom and head behind the bed. On the far side, there's like a 18-inch gap there. And she crawled in it and she got in there as close as she could to the bed. And I felt so bad. I was like, oh my gosh, what have I done? And so I finally managed to get her I finished whacking all these flies, finally managed to get her out of there. And I'm putting a DVD into the DVD player, and I stepped down right onto her foot because I didn't know she was right behind me. And that set her off again. So we have been doing lots of loving today. We did get up this morning and go to the dog park, and we had a blast. There was a little dachshund there called Jet, and the two of them were chasing each other around the park. It was so cute. This little dachshund with these little short legs, and Zephy with her long legs just whoosh, outran this dog every time. And this little dog's trying to chase Zephy. It was hilarious, but a good time. While we're at the park, and of course I'm wearing my boots, breaking them in, multitasking here. And while I'm there, my very dear friend and mentor Casey called me, and we had a great conversation. So it was, and we probably spent about 20 or 30 minutes on the phone. So, and this whole time Zephy's just running around the park. She's just having a blast. And, of course, then she's doing her business. I'm having to clean that up while I'm breaking in my boots, talking to Casey, and cleaning up after my dog all in one go. Multitasking. Excellent. And, I'm hoping the sun will drop a little bit because there's going to be an amazing sunset tonight because there's clouds in the sky. They are forecasting rain for tomorrow. It's gone from thunderstorms to light rain to maybe rain. So we'll see. But there are some clouds in the sky. So we came back from that, and of course there were more flies around, and I'm like, oh, what non-violent way can I use to kill flies that's not going to upset the dog? And so I thought, I have some rags. So I was like flicking them with the rags. No, that set her off again. I was like, damn it. And then I'm like looking online, what's some natural ways I can get rid of these things? And it's like lavender. I have lavender oil, yes. But it doesn't kill them. It just deters them, which puts them into another part of the RV. And it's like, argh. And so and then I said to Zephy, I said, you're going to have to go into your crate. I'm going to cover you up completely so she couldn't see what was going on. And then I just quickly whacked the crap out of these flies and let her back out of the crate, picked her up and just cuddled her. And then, of course, we had to do housework, had to vacuum and dust because there were dead flies everywhere. The sun's still a little bright there at the moment. It's almost at the point where I can show you. The sky's just starting to turn, so give me a couple of minutes. Now I can't see my words because I've got bright sunlights in my eyes. Then this afternoon we managed to grab a siesta, and I started snuggling up with her on the bed and then she moved down the foot end of the bed and wouldn't have anything turned her back to me, wouldn't have anything to do with me. She's only just, and so she's basically spent the entire afternoon in the bedroom. She's only just now come out and got up onto the couch. And she'll now look at me when I call her, whereas before she was completely ignoring me. So we're starting to earn that trust back. It's going to be a bit, but I feel so bad because I set off reactions with her, and I figured it wasn't actually the fly swat. It was the noise that it makes. It was that whiplashing noise that it makes when you give the quick flip of it, and that's what set her off. Also got some trip planning for tomorrow. So tomorrow, instead of going the I-10 the whole way, we're going to go the I-10 to the Arizona 85 to the I-8 back onto the I-10 again, and there's light rain forecasted the whole way, and it looks like we're about to go out of networking. Okay, let's turn this way and see if we can pick up another connection here. Let's see if we show the sky. All right, You can't really see anything out there because of the bright orange ball in the thing. So we'll try that again in a minute. So we'll try that again in a second. So we've got the trip planned, and it's meant to be rain tomorrow. I've never driven this thing in the rain, so that's going to be a very interesting experience, but it's going to take about 3 hours. So this afternoon was siesta and reading, and my favourite author, C.G. Cooper, I follow him, and he's got a network on Mighty Network set up where we go in and we can interact with him and that sort of thing. And his next book club book, remember the last book club was called Red Metal, that really thick book. It was hard read. It was a good story, but it was hard reading. If you're into Tom Clancy, you would love that. I'm not a Tom Clancy fan except for when they're movies, because it takes out a lot of the detail. Well, a lot of the detail you get to see, you don't get to read it. And this one had a lot of detail in it. So he's picked for the next book club his own book called A Life Worth Taking, and that happens to be the first book in a series of a character called Tom Greer. Now, Tom Greer is a very interesting character. He's a former Navy SEAL who's now a commercial pilot, but he also kills people. Why does he kill people? You got to read the book and find out. But the one thing that I like about in this book is that it's done in first person, and he actually engages the reader in the book. Like, he will do side comments just for the reader's ears. And one of my favorite ones in there is he describes, I can't remember what he's describing something. Then he turns around and goes, if you don't like reading this, then just stop reading. If you don't like what's going on, just stop reading. I cracked up laughing when I read that line. So I'm actually starting to read the book again, because next Monday, a week from tomorrow, we start the book club where he's going to ask us questions on the different chapters. And this is all leading up to the book being his second book in that series being released in March. So that's going to be awesome. And now I'm going to turn you around so you can see this. Also, I don't know how well you're going to see this through the window here, but it's starting to get down below. So we'll just leave that there for a second. So that's been our day today. So it's been a cool day, and it's going to be a gorgeous, gorgeous sunset. Those clouds are starting to pick up the color of the sunset. So it's been a good day. Otherwise, trying to gain my trust back with the dog has been a challenge, but I am not giving up. Love her too much for that to happen, but at least she's in the same room as me and she's not hiding in the bedroom, which is good. I did at one point go and pick her up and just curl up with her on the bed. She didn't push me away, but she didn't really, and when I was talking to her, she just ignored me. She wouldn't even look at me, wouldn't turn her ears or anything. So I think I'm still in the doghouse with her. But look at this gorgeous sunset that's happening out there and these colors. It's going to really pick up those clouds in a couple of minutes and things. So it's been an interesting learning day, learning of what her triggers are and all of this, and trying to find non-violent ways to get rid of flies. So if you have non-violent ways to get rid of flies, I would love your suggestions. And I also started going through, a couple of days ago, I mentioned a book that I'm using on this trip, which is 50 States and 5,000 Ideas or Sites or something like that it's called. And it also includes the territories in Canada as well. And so I'm starting to go through that to figure out what I want to do, where I want to go, and all of that sort of thing. So I'm actually starting to mark things on maps that I want to see and do along the way. So it's a little more than just the trip plan for tomorrow. Oh, I don't know if you can see that over there, but the sky over there looks really cool too. Almost like a black and white with a little bit of colour. Like a grayscale or something. Get this back over here. Look at those colours starting to come in. And so I'm starting to go through that book, but I want to know what's in your area. Let's see, we're basically coming across the I-10 to Florida. Tomorrow we go down to Tucson, but we're dropping off the I-10 and going the 85, Arizona 85 to the 8 and then onto the I-10. And then from Tucson we're going to Deming, New Mexico, and then on to El Paso, Texas. Then I got a couple of places between El Paso before I get to San Antonio. Can't remember if it's one or two places. But look at the sky out here. It's amazing. Look at that. I love how you got the greys with a slight tint of colour. And then you come back over here. Sorry about the windscreen divider there. And you've got these gorgeous, gorgeous colours coming through. That is just awesome. Love watching sunsets. And if I went out the back of the RV, I'll probably see the moon coming up as well. It's meant to be a super moon tonight. So that should be interesting. So I'm going to pop out after this and take Zephy for a walk and we'll see what's happening out there. But the wind picked up today enough that I had to pull my awning in. Even though I'm supposed to have an automatic wind detector thingamy-bob that's automatically meant to pull it in. I don't know when it was last used. I don't know if it's still working. So I just take precautions and wind her in when she starts flying around a little bit, because I don't want to damage my awning, because otherwise I'll have no shade come summertime. And they're not cheap to fix. So, but there's my sunset for tonight. I am going to go and look how gorgeous that is out there. Going to go take Zephy for a quick walk out there so she can do her thing for tonight. And tomorrow morning I'll take her to the dog park, let off some steam before we get into the RV to head down to Tucson. So not a lot to pack up today because we didn't take a lot out for today. We did dusting, we did vacuuming. Yeah, so not a lot taken out today. So that's it from us. Oh, hang on. Don't know if you can see her. There she is over there. Zephy. Zephy. Hi, sweetie. Oh, there she opened her eyes and looked at me. Hey, sweetie girl. Do you want to go for a walk? Oh, let's go see if we can see the sun. I mean, not the sun, the moon, the other one. All right. I wonder if walking to the back of the van will destroy the internet connection. We'll see. Okay, as you can see it out this back window here. Oh, no, it's not up yet. It hasn't started rising yet. This is the view out the back window of the RV park. So you can see the colours of the sunset coming in there. But no moon yet. It will come up about... Oh, hang on. Maybe it'll come up about over here somewhere. Is where it came up last night. So, but that's all the colours for the sunset from tonight over the park. Looking to the east. And now we'll go back and look to the west. Hi, puppy. Hi, Zephy. Zephy girl. I love you. Oh. Still being very wary. Very. Okay, so this is what's happening out here with the sunset. Oops, there's my cable from my internet thing. So, gorgeous, gorgeous skies tonight. So that's it from me for tonight. Wishing you all a super fantastic sparkling evening, and we will catch you all from Tucson, Arizona tomorrow. Here's a question for you, though. I've been looking ahead at the weather, and it's been saying light rain, and so for this area here in Tonopah, it's got 30% chance of precipitation. In Tucson, it says that it's got forecasted light rain for tomorrow as well, with a 0% chance of precipitation. So how can you have light rain when you have a 0% chance of precipitation? There is your question to think about tonight and ponder. Have a super fantastic sparkling evening. We'll catch you tomorrow from Tucson. He konera.